In this video, we're going to look at finding some secondary sources on your topic. So for my example, I'm going to find some secondary sources on the history of social work as a field, as a discipline. And we're in the Connect course guide again, and we are still on that essay page. So we're on essay number 2 under secondary sources. So secondary sources include things like background information, which there's another video in here about that. They also include journal articles, research on a topic, whether that's quantitative or qualitative research. So there's 2 different places that we're going to look for secondary sources, and these include the Simmons Library main search and also ProQuest eBook Central. So this takes us to our main library page, which is where our Simmons Library search lives. So this is called a simple search. That's just where you type in kind of one thing. And I would do an advanced search for your topic. It's just going to give you a little bit more leeway in terms of what types of things you can find. So I could look for social work, and I would want to use the word "or" here and say, okay, some of these other words mean the same thing as what I'm looking for. So maybe that first one comes up, and I think that's pretty relevant. So we add basically our ors within the search boxes, and we leave these ands as they are. So I'm going to look for social work education, or teaching, or maybe there's words that I come up with on my own. Curriculum, things like that. So what I can do now is go under TI title for these. So that's gonna, if we do find things that where both of these are in the title, so something from the first search bar and something from the second search bar, that's gonna be exactly what we're looking for. So try your search, and it looks like we did get a ton of different search results. So as you can see from this date slider over here, if I'm looking at the history, maybe I want to see like what happened sort of in the 1900s to about 1950. And we get some resources that are specifically from around that. So the way that you can access these resources, some of them are like this one, library use only. So unfortunately, you're not going to be able to unless you can come into Simmons. This one is an ebook, so you can access it through that. You can access PDF full text, etc. And if you wanted to say, okay, I just want academic journals, you can click here under source types, and you'll just get academic journals from that time period. So play around with your search. Play around with what types of things you're clicking on the side, and you should be able to find something interesting about your topic. So now we're going to go back to that ProQuest eBook Central tab, and we're going to see what kind of books we can find on social work history. So I could just write social work history in there. So it's going to be a little bit more general of a search than you do for in the Simmons Advanced search, just because you're looking in book titles mostly. So this is interesting, a history of social work and social policy. So that could give you some interesting information. Social work in Africa, that could be, kind of fascinating. So let's say I like this first book. If I click on Read Online, I can actually search this book for basically whatever words I want. So right now it's bringing up anything related to social work history, so probably any of those words. So I could look up college, and I can take a look. I see there's a little bit of mention of college in here, and I can actually go through and find highlighted where those results are.